shit, was it?
No, is that all you want to get in for this part?
Yeah. Just you do your little intro.
Alright, let's do it one more time.
Good. Hi guys, Barry Boxing Coach here, and welcome to today's video on how to train professional fighters, MMA boxing. Hi guys, Barry Boxing Coach here, and welcome to today's video on how to train MMA fighters boxing. Before we get started guys, I would greatly appreciate, as always, if you could give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Hey guys, so in today's video, I will be speaking about how to train MMA fighters boxing. Now this is probably my most asked question, that's why I'm deciding to do this video, is how did I find the transition from boxing to MMA? What's the difference between coaching a boxer boxing or an MMA fighter boxing? So a lot of them different variations of that question. I'm just going to simplify it for everyone. You guys can take bits from it. Even if you're fighters, you can take bits from it. If you're coaches, you can take bits from it. Or if you're just genuinely interested in the art of boxing in terms of MMA, this is what today's video is going to be for. So let me take you back to September 2020, where I got a message from UFC fighter Claudio Silva. Claudio asked me to help him with his hands for a couple of weeks, and then me, Claudio, and Wesley Maya went to Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. Dana White booked out this whole island just for the UFC. Everyone had to quarantine. It was an amazing experience. While I was out there, I'd done some work with Wesley Maya, who is a fighter from GB Top Team. The owner of GB Top Team, as we know, is Brad Pickett, who I met out in Fight Island. He was there with Nathaniel Wood, and all of a sudden I became an MMA coach for boxing. The first fighter I'm going to be training is a professional MMA fighter called Emre Sonmez, who's a brilliant wrestler. He's great at takedowns, ground and pound, submissions. If he grabs hold of you, as he says, you're going flying. That's how it goes, because he's going to pick you up and slam you. So he's a great striker too, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the time when I'm training him, it's going to be a lot about helping him get significant strikes to help him get a takedown. Do you know, MMA is not as simple as you can't just throw a jab and then just take someone down. It's not as easy as that. There's good strikers and good people that have good fighters that have great wrestling defense that just won't let that happen. So I've got to help him with lots of feints, lots of two-phase attacks, and then on the second phase or the third phase, he can get his takedown.
That's how I'm going here. So what I'm going to lift and just turn, so you'll fall to your front.
Yep.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Let's see if he can take me down. I might defend it. I might just be a boxing coach. Maybe I'm a wrestler. Alright, let's go with the high crotch. Touch. Nice. Touch. 2 roll. That looks good.
How does that feel, Basilworth? Getting taken down all the time?
A little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. It is a bit like, you got no control over it. This guy's like 70 kilos lighter than me. Touch. Touch. Right hand roll. Hooks, hook. Perfect. You know when the people that f***ing and knowing you're whistling.
Oh, about the guillotine. Yeah.
There was one whistle. What's that song used to love?
What's the rematch like?
What the f*** is that? Oh, Wesley.
Hey.
Fala galera.
Oh, tudo bem?
Estou bem, obrigado.
É, eu estou bem também.
Com muito sede?
Poucos. Eu estou. Você tá com fome?
Com muito fome.
That's what he needs to learn.
Now, on the other hand, we have professional MMA fighter as well, fighter for Cage Warriors, Wesley Magic Maya. Again, Wesley is good at grappling, he's good at jiu-jitsu, but he's a fantastic clinical striker. So my help for Wesley is to make sure his range is good, he's not falling over his shots, he's not letting the aggressive wrestler get inside him too close, so keeping the range, counter punching on the way in, circling his feet, and getting like his fast reactions, because if someone's throwing a punch to him and they're going to try and take him down, I got to make sure Wesley's feet are on point. He pushes his feet back nice and fast. Then if they come again, Wesley's going to counter punch them on the way in. So you'll see today, it'll be very interesting to see the difference between how I train Emre to how I train Wesley. Now, one thing I say before I start, guys, it is also MMA. MMA stands for mixed martial arts. So there's no reason why Wesley wouldn't take someone down, or there's no reason why Emre wouldn't strike for a whole fight. Emre's actually a great striker. Wesley's actually good at grappling. But I'm just, to simplify it for you guys today, I'm just going to break it down to one of each. Catch here. I'm just going to block the body shot, okay? Okay.
Look at that. That wasn't a bad shot from Barry, but my fight is on point with the rest of the defense.
My hat. If I wasn't wearing the hat, I'd suck it. Gotta
Makeup artist.
try and fix the couple of hairs he has there.
I went in my mouth. That was weird. How boxing for me helped me within MMA is one of my main things as a fighter I enjoyed was the boxing side of MMA. I was a massive fan of Mike Tyson growing up, and I kind of mimicked that sort of.
Hold it. I could have.
So for me, boxing really helped me throughout my sort of style in my career. I was a massive fan of Mike Tyson growing up, as most people are. Loved his sort of peekaboo sort of style, and I think that for me, that style helped me with a much lower centre base to help me with wrestling. I think wrestling for me is one of the most important parts of MMA, because if you control the wrestling, you can dictate where the fight goes. If you need to take it down, you take it down. If you want to keep it on the feet, you keep it on the feet. I like the boxing sort of stance for me. I wasn't much of a kicker. I like the level of boxing, where you're boxing, you can have your level quite low. And I was a bit of a power puncher. Like, I used to throw like those bigger shots. And for me, doing that, when you're throwing big shots, if you're sensible, you bring your hands up. When you bring your hands up, it helped me getting down on the legs to get my takedowns. And to be honest, everyone loves a fist fight, right? So like, and every fight you have starts on his feet. So for me, it's just the fundamentals of boxing you need to learn. You know, I think people in boxing have really good tight defense. I think the defense in boxing works really well. Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to say that for me, but I think boxing is one of the most important striking aspects to MMA for me. Barry reached out to me on Grindr. You know, like we matched up. You know, he swiped right, I think it was, and that's it. My first introduction to Barry is that I was coaching one of his fighters that he was coaching, a guy called Claudio Silva, who's in the UFC. I met Barry. Barry then met another one of my fighters in the back here, Wesley. I started working with Wesley, and I just liked what he does. You know, like obviously I look into people when I see on the Instagram, I see how they coach. Being a good coach is more than just knowing your technique. It's just being able to get the best out of fighters and stuff like that. I just kind of liked his style. And then I met him and I realised he's an idiot. And I like idiots, you know. He's quite fun. You know, he's like the biggest child I know, apart from me. So like, I think we've got on pretty well. We do clash every now and again.
So if one of the most important things, guys, when you are training MMA fighter boxing, if you're just coming from the boxing side, or if even, honestly, if you are a jiu-jitsu coach just starting to help out an MMA fighter, or if you're a Thai boxing coach just starting to help an MMA fighter, one of the things I found very hard was when I started to train the first ever fighter I trained, which was Claudio Silva. Claudio is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, good grappler, great at ground and pound submissions. And what he does least is probably punch. But when I first started training him, I really enjoyed it. I really wanted to implement what I was doing. And then when I met his head coach out in Abu Dhabi, his head coach was kind of saying, yeah, obviously we're just looking to take people down off the punches. I kind of thought to myself, oh no, well I want him to strike, because I want him to punch. That's what we're working on. So what took me a while to realize, you have to respect your position on the team. It's very important, guys, to understand the fighter that you're working with and what's beneficial to that fighter from your coaching attributes. Make sure that they are understanding what you're saying to them. You're not confusing them. You're not overdoing it. Nice and simple, guys. Give them the right instructions. Some MMA fighters you can do combinations with, and it's great. And you can do 2-3 phases of punches and footwork. Other MMA fighters, it might just be single punches, move your feet, single punch, move your feet, 2 punches maximum, move your feet. Make sure that you're circling around, reshaping in between. A little bit more boring, but it's about actually benefiting them. What will help you very much is understanding MMA. When I first moved to this gym, I'm just a boxing coach. That's it. I'll just teach them boxing. Then I used to go to the shows with Brad or with Ash, the other coach. At the start of the round, I'd be like, yes, okay, get that jab working, get that 1-2 working. The fighter would get taken down, and I'm just like, study the game, ask questions, join in some other classes, because then you understand more. Especially everything that's stand-up. Learn about wrestling, learn about takedowns, learn about kicks, learn about distance, learn about range. Then you can benefit them. So remember, guys, tip number 1, understand your part on the team. Tip number 2, adjust your coaching skills for the MMA fighter that you are training at that time. And tip number 3, get involved in the sport, learn about it, research it, and speak to the other coaches and fighters in the gym. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and picked up some pointers. I would appreciate if you guys have any more requests, put them in the comment section. Yeah, like I said, guys, please give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Just quickly before I go, guys, make sure you tune into next week's video. It's not going to be in this gym, and there might be a bit of food involved and a bit of fun involved. Take care.